We now have record.
Okay. Hopefully, third time's a charm. I've got some kind of driver issue or something going on from the last Windows update. I don't know what's going on, but it keeps freezing up in certain at certain points. Especially if I go full screen with something, it's a weird thing that's going on. Okay, so I'm even though I would love to go full screen, I'm to try to prevent it from doing it again. I'm not going to take this full screen. Maybe theater mode. Maybe that will prevent it from. Maybe we can do that. All right, I'm gonna start it to see what Trump's dressing here, which seems to be from what I the first few seconds it's going to be on the economy. But let's see what he has to say.
America, 11 months ago, I inherited a mess, and I'm fixing it. When I took office, inflation was the worst in 48 years, and some would say in the history of our country, which caused prices to be higher than ever before, making many who came from prisons and
Lies,
jails, mental institutions, and insane asylums. They were
lies.
drug dealers, gang members, and even 11,888 murderers, more than 50% of whom killed more than one person. This is what the Biden administration allowed to happen to our country, and it can never be
I
allowed to
mean,
happen again.
does he have to do
We
his
had men
whole
playing in women's
rally
sports,
spew every time he gets
transgender
on
for
camera?
everybody, crime at record levels with law enforcement, and words such as that just
That's a
absolutely
lie. Crime is
forbidden.
actually was down.
We had the worst trade deals ever made, and our country was laughed at from all over the world. But they're
No,
not laughing
lies.
anymore. Over the past 11 months, we have brought more positive change to Washington than any administration in American history. There's never been anything like it, and I think most would agree. I was
No,
elected in
your
a
lies.
landslide, winning the popular vote and all 7 swing states and everything else, with a mandate to take on a sick and corrupt system that
A mandate of
really just took the
34%
wealth
of the
from people and crushed the
population. Okay.
dreams of the American people. For the last 4 years, the United States was ruled by politicians who fought only for insiders, illegal aliens, career criminals, corporate lobbyists, prisoners, terrorists, and above all, foreign nations, which took advantage of us at levels never seen before. They flooded your cities and towns with illegal aliens. They decimated your hard-earned savings. They indoctrinated your children with hate for America. They just released a
Really?
level of violent felons that we had never seen to prey on innocent. They caused war. They caused mayhem. They caused a horrible situation all over the globe. But now you have a president who fights for the law-abiding, hardworking people of our country, the ones who make this nation run, who make this nation work. And after just 1 year, we have achieved more than anyone could have imagined.
I mean, I'm sorry. I had to stop it. What does he think when he spews this stuff? Like he's at a rally, talking to his own people who suck it up like it's candy, like they can't get enough of it, like they're at a fucking comedy special or something. Like, does he think that like the nationwide polling that shows him, down lower than ever before, especially even on the economy and everything, like, does he think that people think badly of the economy because they're not hearing his message? Is that's the only way I can strongman the idea of him getting on here and for the first uh, 4 or 5 minutes just talking about all his bullshit stuff that he spews all the time, that you either believe it or you don't. Like, there's no middle ground here. I mean, it's all bullshit and lies. He can't even. And if I mean, he probably does believe it, but like, I don't. I just it's. Does he think it's just because people, like I said, aren't hearing him, so he needs to address the entire nation, hoping that more people can hear his mentions and be like, oh, okay, so it is a great economy. Well, shucks. Now that I've heard him say it, like what? Ugh. I'm sorry. I just had to like. Okay, let's go.
Starting on day one, I took immediate action to stop the invasion of our southern border. For the past 7 months, 0 illegal aliens have been allowed into our country.
That is a fucking lie. I've got a video on that. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. Just a couple of last week, I think I did it, or maybe the week before that. It's all lies. There are still people coming over the border. There are still people getting in the country. Yes, it's very minimal compared to previous numbers, but like it's still happening. This is all fucking lies. It's bullshit.
Feat which everyone said was absolutely impossible. Do you remember when Joe Biden said that he needed Congress to pass legislation to help close the border? He was always blaming Congress and everyone else. As it turned out, we didn't need legislation. We just needed a new president. We inherited the worst border anywhere in the world, and we quickly turned it into the strongest border in the history of our...
The worst border in the world. The worst border. There are borders across the world that literally have actual wars going on. Battles, conflicts, fights, missiles shooting over, but our southern border, where people were trying to come in to live the American dream and get away from countries and shit that we have caused so much economic strife and problems, and have just caused so many issues by our own political policies and policies of from everything, drug war to I mean, we have helped accelerate issues in all these Latin American countries and stuff, and enriching cartels and everything else, and helping them to explode and cause so much issues that people want to leave those countries to come to the Americas to have a life. But that makes our border the worst border in the world. Worst border in the world. The fuck out of here, bro. Come on, man.
Our country. In other words, in a few short months, we went from worst to best. We're deporting criminals, restoring safety to our most dangerous cities. Just take a look at Washington, D.C. It's at levels of safety that we've never seen before. And they decimated the bloodthirsty foreign drug cartels. We did that all by ourselves with our people, and we're so proud of it because they were poisoning and destroying our population. Drugs brought in by ocean and by sea are now down 94%. We have broken the grip of sinister...
Yeah, because of illegal international missiles attacks that we have done on boats all across the Caribbean and even in the Pacific, which I forgot. I mean, Venezuela's not over there, but still, like 87 people have died. There's 22, 23 different boats that have been blown up. I mean, with absolute no evidence of whether or not there was any drugs or anything on them outside of images of barrels or boxes that, they claim had drugs in them. We just blow them up, kill people. Yeah. I mean, you would think that a better procedure of proof and stuff would be to seize those, seize the boats, seize the drugs, seize the people, criminate, indict them, put them through trial, whatever, or, handle them the law and order way. This is the law and order, party. Get the fuck out of here, man.
Woke radicals in our schools, and control over those schools is back now in the hands of our great and loving states, where
it was already in the great hands of the states. The states already handled like 85% or more of our education. It's so fucking stupid. Like, gosh, get the amount of shit that this guy is allowed to spew, along with the rest of his administration, his fucking regime. Let's make it real here. It is mind-boggling that he continues to allow to be able to just spew bullshit and lies all the time without any pushback, hardly. It's just remarkable.
Education belongs. After rebuilding the United States military in my first term, and with the addition we are adding right now, we have the most powerful military anywhere in the world, and it's not even close.
We've had the most powerful military for decades.
In 10 months, destroyed the Iran nuclear threat, and ended the war in Gaza, bringing for the first time
in 3,000
years peace to the Middle East. And
Gaza just once again, for the umpteenth time, broke the ceasefire just a few days ago, blowing up, bombing a Hamas general or whatever, high ranking official, along with a few others. They've constantly killing people. Hundreds of people die still weekly. There's no ceasefire. Again, it's Israel. You cease, we fire. That's what they mean by ceasefire. It's fucking lies. All these wars that he claims that he has stopped or solved or fixed or ended, most of them were wars, for starters. Secondly, they're not done. They're not over. There's still conflicts. There's still issues. There's still stuff going on. There's no fucking peace amongst them. It's bullshit. It's all fucking bullshit. But it's all in the name of him trying to persuade to get the Nobel Peace Prize that he will not get, because he doesn't own it. He hasn't earned it, and he never will.
Secured the release of the hostages, both living and dead. Here at home, we're bringing our economy back from the brink of ruin. The last administration and their allies in Congress looted our treasury for trillions of dollars.
You mean like Elon did just a few months back? Like Elon did? Mm-hmm. Susan Wiles admitted to that just the other day. Go check out the Vanity Fair interview. Just go read it. All the audition has been done.
Driving up prices and everything at levels never seen before. I am bringing those high prices down, and bringing them down very fast. Let's look at the facts.
He said he was going to bring them down day one. Oh my gosh. Okay. What do we got here? Biden price increases and Trump price decreases. What? Okay, percentage change. Biden, you always got to be a little bit on the, like try to look at this specifically. Biden price increases, Trump price decreases. Oh, so far. Okay. Hotel rates. Now this is okay. uh, Look into all of this. Hotel rates, propane. I don't even know why propane is really that big of a deal, but okay. New used cars, gasoline, airfare, prescription drugs, whatever, sporting events, as if sporting events is that big of a concern. Okay. Um, these percentage change across Biden prices. What is this across? Like, what are we talking about? Across his whole 4 years? The last year? Like what there's nothing to define this percentage rise, or was this like a peak of percentage rise, like at the very peak of when prices were their highest, which was after the pandemic and inflation was high because of the, you know, all the supply chain issues and everything else that was going on that was really partially out of Biden's hands, even though they could have probably done some stuff to help at least mitigate it better. But like, and then what is this 5% here negative for Trump? Like, is this 5%? He puts it as if he is. They make this chart look like he has completely like eliminated the increase of Biden, and now there's like a full on decrease, as if like, oh, he has decreased prices 43%. Oh, look at that. Or is this more like 5% from the 37.4%? So maybe the prices are still increased, but they're at like 32%. And then again, that's 30. Again, where's the 37? Is that, like I said, an average of Biden prices? Is that at the very peak? Because, I mean, prices were already coming down from the peak of Biden. So this is just there's so much nuance here that is not being told in this graph. It's such like, come on.
Biden administration, car prices rose 22%, and in many states, 30% or more. Gasoline rose 30 to 50%. Hotel rates rose 13, those high prices, and in many under the Biden administration, car prices rose 22%, and in many states, 30% or more. Gasoline rose 30 to 50%. Hotel rates rose 37%. Airfares rose 31%. Now, under our leadership, they are all coming down and coming down fast. Democrat politicians also sent
Biden food price increases and Trump food price decreases. Again, it's the same thing. This is the same thing. It's the same issue here. What are these numbers? Where are they getting them? Is it a peak thing? And, you know, after a lot of stuff of the economy just sort of evening out from the pandemic and everything, and prices naturally coming down, along with, you know, probably some policy stuff. But I mean, we all know that his tariffs raised a bunch of prices, and it's been fluctuating the shit out of prices for months now, from one product to another product to another product, depending upon how it's affected by tariffs. And when he decides to tariff something, when he decides not to. So, I mean, again, and then again, is this price decrease like at the lowest that the prices have been found during Trump's presidency? Does this actually reflect current prices? This is all just numbers with no true explanation.
the cost of groceries soaring, but we are solving that too. The price of a Thanksgiving turkey was down 33% compared to the Biden.
That's a lie. It was not down 33%. As a matter of fact, it depended on where you got it. Some places it was down by as much as around, I think, 10%, but then other areas it was actually up, and it was higher than it was last year. So it's all like it's all bullshit. It certainly wasn't 30 something percent though. Not even if you're looking at like an average, is not even remotely close. Not even remotely close.
Last year, the price of eggs is down 82% since March, and everything else is falling rapidly. And it's not done yet, but boy, are we making progress. Nobody can believe what's going on. Here are just some of the efforts that we have underway. You will see in your wallets and bank accounts in the new year. After years of record-setting falling incomes,
like our insurance premiums that are about to go up because your GOP Congress won't pass subsidies.
Policies are boosting take-home pay at a historic pace.
Well, we have Biden real wage losses and Trump real wage gains for typical workers. This sort of tit for tat thing with Biden, like, what is his fucking obsession with Biden, man? And why is this like this? All private sector. Why did he why did he separate this out like this? What are they trying to hide here? This is even more sus. All private sectors, real wages down, all private sector wages up. And again, the wages up, wages down thing for Biden is a weird, it's like a tricky thing. And I'm not trying to defend Biden here, but like he had to deal with the pandemic time, no matter what you think of Biden, and there's plenty of things to hate on him for. Don't get me wrong. But like he, as far as economy was concerned, their administration had some shit to deal with when it comes to the economy. And if you're in, and then like again, these numbers, like the private sector stuff, like, are we talking about, or how is this being calculated? Are we talking about when, a lot of people were laid off because of the pandemic and people didn't have wages, and like what are we talking about? Is this like an average? Like or are we talking about like real wage payments, like rates? Yes, a lot of payment wages are up because the economy is shit and people can't, like it is becoming more and more prevalent on companies to pay their workers because their workers are refusing to work or either, can't afford. I mean, it's become reality that the economy is too much inflation and everything else for people to even live. And it's become an issue that the government isn't fixing, so actual companies and states are trying to work and fix it on their own. Now, it's still not good enough, but like, what are we talking about here? And then to have it broken down into factory workers, construction, mining, like, I don't even. And then here, total, and here 1 year annualized. Why this separation? See, this is an average across all years. This is a 1 year. You can't do that. That doesn't equate. That's not equal. Don't get me wrong. Like I said, there are some things to say and speak on, talk and have a discussion on policies and stuff that Biden had. No problem. Like, we can talk about it. There was issues, but like, come on. This is just bullshit. This is all bullshit.
Under Biden, real wages plummeted by $3,000. Under Trump, the typical factory worker is seeing a wage.
I mean, do you feel like your wages have increased? Do you feel like you get more bang for your buck right now? I'm just like, I feel like the majority of the nation doesn't feel that way.
Increase of $1,300. For construction workers, it's $1,800. For miners, we're bringing back clean, beautiful coal. It's $3,300. And for the first time in years, wages are rising much faster than inflation. Remember that. The wages, just look at it. Wages
almost
are
messed up.
going up much faster than inflation. How big is that? Very importantly, there are more people working today than at any time in American history, and 100% of all jobs created since I took office have been in the private sector. Think of that. 100% of all jobs have been in the private sector rather than government.
Yeah, because you fired a shit ton of federal workers.
Powerful and great. This is
They had to go somewhere.
Already, I've secured a record-breaking $18 trillion of investment into the United States, which means
fucking lies. 18 trillion. That's a fucking lie. It's a fucking lie. It's a 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 lie. I get so sick and tired of hearing this from this goofball.
Jobs, wage increases, growth, factory openings, and far greater national.
I mean, their own website, the White House website itself. I mean, I haven't looked at it in a few weeks now, but the last time I looked at it, they were even saying it was only their best was like 10 trillion. But even that, when you break it down, and what the deals actually were, a lot of it was not actually investment. It was trade dealings and stuff like that, promises that are not like hardcore kept. When you really looked at it, at best, we're looking at maybe a couple of like 3 to 5 trillion at best. If and most of it's not even, that's like on the absolute best. It actually didn't. It barely even equaled a trillion. So it's like, come on, this is all lies, all lies. Yeah, exactly. Turkey prices are down because that's what America cares about. Exactly. Go buy your turkeys. Go buy all your turkeys. They're down. Not what is he? What not by what he said though. They're not that. Don't think they're that far down. But yeah.
Security. Much of this success has been accomplished by tariffs.
If you can find a $10 turkey somewhere, let me know. Fuck, if you can find a $15 turkey, let me know.
My favorite word, tariffs, which for many decades have been used successfully by other countries against us, but not anymore. Companies know
not
that
anymore.
If they build in America, there are no tariffs, and that's why they're coming home to the USA in record numbers. They're building factories and plants at levels we haven't seen, AI, automobiles. We're doing what nobody thought.
You're right. At levels we're never seen and we never will. He just doesn't complete that.
What was even possible, not even remotely possible.
It's not remotely possible.
Frankly, been anything like it. 1 year ago,
it
our
doesn't
country was
happen.
dead. We were absolutely dead. Our country was ready to fail, totally failed. Now we're the hottest country anywhere in the world.
Yeah, because we're living in motherfucking hell. That's why we're so goddamn hot. Come on.
And that's said by every single leader that I've spoken to over the last 5 months. Next year, you will
no,
also
I'm
see
telling you,
the
it doesn't
results
seem
of
real.
The largest tax cuts in American history that were really accomplished through our great, big, beautiful bill, perhaps the most sweeping
it's so fucking beautiful.
legislation ever passed in Congress. We wrapped 12 different bills up into one beautiful bill. That includes...
and we handed it to you in a beautiful present of taxes for the rich, lower taxes for the rich.
No tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and no tax on Social Security for our great seniors. Under these cuts, many families will be saving between $11,000 and $20,000 a year.
Coconut head.
And next spring is projected to be the largest tax refund season of all time. Because of tariffs, along with the just passed One Big Beautiful Bill, Tonight, I am also proud to announce
Oh, fuck.
that more than 1,450,000, think of this, 1,450,000 military service members will receive a special, we call Warrior Dividend before Christmas, a Warrior Dividend in honor of our...
What did he say? Was he trying to say warrior dividend? It was almost like he said warranted or warranted. I don't know. Maybe he said warranted, or maybe he was trying to say warranted. Fuck, I don't even know what he just said there. What? Let's back it up.
Warrior Dividend before Christmas. So,
all right. What is this dividend? A warrior dividend.
In 1776, we are sending every soldier $1,776. Think of that.
1,176. What's the significance of that number? 1,000. It says 776.
And the checks are already on the way. Nobody understood.
I mean,
that
okay.
until about
I don't.
30 minutes ago, we made a lot more money than anybody thought because of tariffs, and the bill helped us along. Nobody deserves it.
So all this talk about sending Americans money from the tariffs has went from all Americans to deserving Americans to our military servicemen. I guess they are the only deserving ones now. Okay. All right. Sure. I don't.
It more than our military, and I say congratulations to everybody.
I'm sure there's somebody that's going to break that down out there and like with the details whenever that's released, if it's ever released.
By the way, we now have record enlistment in our military, and last year we had among the worst recruitment numbers in our military.
Yeah, I know. Won't. You're right. Won't fix the VA. Or like, help the homeless ones or anything. Like what do we really do for our veterans? I mean, the VA system's really the best thing we really do for them, but it still needs to be done better. I mean, this has improved some, but like, there's so much. Yes, whatever. Okay, yeah, that's a good discussion.
In our military, and last year
we
had among the worst recruitment numbers in our military's history. What a difference a year makes. In addition, I'm doing what no politician of either party has ever done, standing up to the special interests to dramatically reduce the price of prescription drugs. I negotiated directly with the drug companies and foreign nations, which were taking advantage of our country for many decades, to slash prices on drugs and pharmaceuticals by as much as 400, 500, and even 600%. In other words,
him and those motherfucking percentages. Oh man, they're going to be paying us to go pick up our prescriptions. I swear. It's unbelievable. You've never seen it before. I guess that's going to be his next words. It's unbelievable. You've never seen it like this before. 400, 500, 600%. Oh my gosh, bro. Like fucking swear, dude. Oh my god. It is he would be a good comedian. I guess he would be a good comedian, maybe. I don't know.
In other words, your drug costs will be plummeting downward, and I use the threat of tariffs to get foreign countries who would never have done it to pay the cost of this giant dollar reduction. They stopped ripping us off, and it began as of 4 days ago.
Yeah, because we were the high cost of prescription drugs is because our drugs come from other countries. Well, I mean, from my understanding, they forced tariffs to get other countries to decrease. No, sorry, take that back. To increase their prescription prices so that we could then it's a weird thing. Like it doesn't make a lot of sense. Trying to persuade them to increase their prescription prices so that our prescription prices, we could have more like competition, internet, like, and open up our availability to other countries, like being able to purchase prescriptions from other countries so that we could have more competition, but without us having to like really lower ours, like forcing, like persuading them to try to raise theirs so that it was a little bit more of a competitional thing. That way our it's really fucking weird the way and I'm probably not explaining it right. Um, it's anyways. Okay, let's go.
And it began as of 4 days ago. There has never been anything like this in the history of our country. Drugs have only gone up, but now they'll be going down by numbers never conceived possible. It's called Most Favored Nation, and no president has ever had the courage or ability to get this done until now. The first of these unprecedented price reductions will be available starting in January through a new website, TrumpRx.gov. And these big price cuts will greatly reduce the cost of health care.
Wow. Okay.
I'm also taking on the gigantic health insurance companies that have gotten rich on billions of dollars of money that should go directly to the people. The money should go to the people. That's you. So they can buy their own health insurance, which will give far better benefits at much lower cost. It will be far better health insurance.
How do you think? How do you think that people are going to be able to get better insurance when the insurance companies are what we get our insurance through? And the only reason why we don't have astronomical cost of insurance, I mean, you could argue it already is, but like even more than what it already is because the government subsidizes the insurance companies to keep those premiums lower. How do you think giving the money to the citizens, which is not even going to be equivalent to what they subsidize the insurance companies on, is going to then make the insurance companies go like, oh, we're not getting money. Oh, well, I guess we'll keep our prices low then. Like, no, they're going to just raise those prices. The money that the government gives is really just going to be subsidizing us in that increase, which isn't really lowering our, and matter of fact, it probably won't even subsidize the amount that it will increase. So our insurance is still going to technically go up. We're either going to, at the absolute best, we would be paying exactly what we are right now. But more than likely, it's still going to go up. You're not fixing the insurance issue whatsoever in this scenario. It's so... But he knows that his core followers is like the pull yourself up by the bootstraps and don't take government handouts. They are going to be like, oh, the government's going to give us money. That's the best way to do it. Like, don't get me wrong, the ACA and the subsidies and stuff isn't really a fix. It never was. But at the time, that was the only thing that anyone in Washington would agree to. Because they're all fucking bought and paid by the pharmaceuticals and the health industry. Like, okay. Breathe. Fuck me.
The current Unaffordable Care Act was created to make insurance companies rich. It was bad health care at much too high a cost. And you see that now in the steep increase in premiums being demanded by the Democrats, and they are demanding those increases, and it's their fault. It is not the Republicans' fault.
What? Back the fuck up. What does he say?
Increase in premiums being demanded.
Wait a minute. Hold up. Back. I didn't go far back.
Insurance companies rich. It was bad health care at much too high a cost. And you see that now in the steep increase in premiums being demanded by the Democrats, and they are demanding those increases.
The steep increases in in premiums is because the Democrats are demanding the increase. Who the fuck is this guy? Think he's fooling? What? Oh, you mean the ones that have been pushing for the subsidies since the shutdown? It's the whole reason why we had the fucking shutdown, or part of the reason why we were in the shutdown, because y'all wouldn't agree to expanding those subsidies. Yeah, those people they are forcing it. They're forcing it. No, they're the ones that presented a 3-year expansion on it to keep them low for the next 3 years. What the fuck? Does he actually think people believe? Like, does he believe that when he fucking speaks? Of course, he believes when he fucking speaks, everybody believes him. I'm just going to push play.
And it's their fault. It is not the Republicans' fault. It's the Democrats' fault. It's the Unaffordable Care Act, and everybody knew it. Again, I want the money to go directly to the people so you can buy your own health care. You'll get much better health care at a much lower price. The only losers will be insurance companies that have gotten rich, and the Democrat Party, which is totally controlled by those same insurance companies. They will not be happy, but that's okay with me, because you, the people, are finally going to be getting great health care at a lower cost. Another major focus is the cost of energy. For years, the radical left Democrats exploited the green energy scam as an
green energy scam. Fucking stupid. National average gasoline prices. Trump 45, Biden, Trump 47 so far. Yeah. And we know what these prices were for. The only reason why his prices were this low is because of the pandemic. I mean, he's not going to clarify that, though. And this was the effect of that inflation and everything that happened. Yes. Gasoline prices are down very little. But you can see here, even on their, they talk about it being so down. Wait a minute. Wasn't he just a few minutes, even fucking now, wasn't he, has been talking for months now that gasoline prices are like $1.99, sometimes $1.98, depending upon the day and what number he remembers to say. Like, in 2 or 3 places across the United, like, which we know is not true. We know that's never been true. I live in Mississippi. We have some of the lowest prices in the state, in the country, in gas, and I have not seen no $1.99. I've barely seen $2.50. Like, come on. It's fuck. Oh my God. Like, just showing this graph makes, his followers be like, oh yeah, look how low they were under him. Look how high they were under Biden. Look at their low again. He's doing such a great job. Not understanding the nuances of, like, the gasoline industry and trade and fuel, fuel and how it's traded and economical strains, along with geopolitical things that go on, like all these different things that, like, contribute. Not to mention, like I said, Biden had a fucking pandemic. Trump did too. And depending upon what section of the pandemic we were going through, is the reason why one looks one way and one looks the other. Cause and effect.
Excuse to funnel many billions of dollars into their own massive slush funds as their energy restrictions drastically drove up prices, and they drove them up at.
But his base is just too fucking. I want to be nice. I want to be fucking nice. They're too fucking stupid. They're too fucking stupid to know the difference and to realize the nuance and how and what actually contributes to gas prices. That's not to diminish the fact that, like, there could be policy changes and actions taken to make it better, but like,
record levels. Electricity costs surged 30 to 100% under Biden, and the typical family lost $5,000 to $10,000 in higher energy costs. Think of that, $5,000 to $10,000 you lost.
He's already been live. This is live. I mean, this is from the live. It started at 8:00. He's probably done by now, or at least I hope he's done. It's been an hour. I'm pausing and stopping, so but this is actually from the live. So if you missed it, then hey, you can watch it here. Or go back and watch it somewhere else. No, he's just talking about his version of the economy. That's basically what he's doing. He's talking about his version, his delusion of what he thinks the economy is and how good it is for people, how much he's supposedly done for America. He wants us to realize it because we're not thankful enough. We're not appreciative enough, apparently. Nah, he didn't say that, but I mean, that's what I can only assume, that he keeps hearing that, like, you know, the economy's bad and we don't see this so-called good economy. The prices aren't really, the kind of like where his former ally MTG has been going on her national tour through media and everything else, talking about how the economy really is, surprisingly, at least some of it anyways. And this is like his, like, hey, he's really just trying to fix that message, because he knows that it's hitting. The administration knows that it's hitting, because she's a bulk, her and along with the other parts of the America First, and even the parts of MAGA that have started to be like, fuck, man, what are you doing? I mean, he knows that there is a break and that people aren't really feeling what he's saying, and he's again just trying to fix that narrative. He's trying to, this is him trying to persuade. This is what's going on. Believe me. Don't believe anybody else. Don't believe that traitor, that Marjorie Trader Green, Marjorie Trader Brown, because green turns brown, because nobody fucking knew that until Trump said it. I don't know what that kind of shit. Anyways, okay. Let's continue.
On day one, I declared a national energy emergency. Gasoline is now under $2.50 a gallon in much of the country. In some states, it, by the way, just hit $1.99 a gallon.
Oh my God, just now. He's been talking about it for months, but just now. I knew it. I knew he was going to fucking say this, even though his chart literally doesn't even fucking reflect that. He can't get away from lying. He can't get away from lying. Just now, breaking news. He wants it so bad. He wants it so bad. I okay. I want to give him a little leeway here because there is one gas station in like Texas, I think. I think it's Texas. That on like one day a week, I want to say it's on Thursdays or Tuesdays or some shit. One day a week, they do $1.99 gas for like a period of time in the afternoon or something for a couple of hours. It's like something to do with the farming area or some shit like that. Like it's something that they do, they specifically like do. And that's like the only place in the entire country that in any way, form, or fashion here in recent time, like recent couple of months or whatever, has done 1.99 cents gas. And I think it may have even been only for like a particular period of time. Like I said, a couple of hours on a specific day of a specific week or a couple of weeks or something. I don't know. But like what has actually been reflected is that what he might actually be talking about is raw fuel prices. Raw fuel prices have dropped in the country to 199, 198 or something like that. But this is raw fuel before ethanol and other additives or additives are added to it, which then, of course, raise it up to what we see and what we get at the gas pump. This is, and he probably heard that somewhere, that actual raw gas prices did drop to this 199, 198 mark in some regions, the sales of it. And he goes, hey, there we go. Gasoline is $1.99. That sounds good. Let's say it. Let's tell the world. I don't, that's the best I can get. Like, that's strong manning the living fuck out of what he's lying about here. But whatever. Is that a like, don't get distracted? Okay. Yeah. No, well, okay. Yeah. Epstein, yeah, they need to release him. That he hasn't spoke about that yet. Yeah. I'm willing to bet that they are not going to release. But hey, maybe. To what degree of incrimination will be had with what if they do release it? I don't know how much is going to be redacted. I don't know. But I wouldn't bet. I wouldn't bet on it. I would not bet on it. That's why they're trying to create war. You're right. Maybe so. So that will cover up them releasing it. Or maybe they'll be able to say, oh, we can't release this now because we got to worry about this war that we've started with a nation that we've lied about. Yeah. Yeah, maybe.
And within the next 12 months, we will have opened 1,600 new electrical generating plants.
Yeah, you know someone in the Marines. Yeah. I hope that he is safe. I hope that he. Yeah, I don't even know. And certainly hope that he isn't someone that finds himself forced into doing something that he will regret. We all might regret. New electrical generation planned under Trump administration. New electricity generation. Okay, what the fuck is this about? Hold on. I probably didn't need to back up that much.
12 months, we will have opened 1,600 new electrical generating plants, a record, and it's a record that won't be beaten by practically, I would say, by anybody.
He can't get it out, boy. He's so excited.
Soon. Prices on electricity and everything else will fall dramatically. The Democrat inflation disaster, again, the
I don't know what that's about. I have to look into that.
worst in the history of our country, also robbed millions of Americans of home ownership and indeed the American dream. The yearly cost of a typical new mortgage increased by $15,000 under Democrat rule. In 11 months, we've already gotten that annual cost down by $3,000. And
So the way he stated it there is as it's almost $3,000 off of that price. Biden new yearly mortgage cost increase and Trump new yearly mortgage cost increase. So the cost of a mortgage, like on a variable rate, like mortgage, or are we talking about increases based on like property taxes? Increases like, because if you're on a fixed mortgage, you're only going to increase or decrease based on your property tax. Well, I guess maybe it's a state by state thing, but I know in Mississippi, that's really. But if you're, on a variable mortgage, where your rate can your mortgage rate or whatever can variably go up and down based on market conditions, or the whatever the Fed's percentage or whatever, like different things. Like, is that what he's really talking about? Like that, there's not very many people really have variable ones, I don't think. But maybe I'm wrong. I would have to look into that a little bit more. But this doesn't make this just feels like nothing.
it's coming down a lot lower.
Yes, the value of property taxes do go up, but houses have just increased in prices. Yeah, I mean that's my point. Like even on a fixed income, I mean a fixed mortgage, prices go up based on property taxes, which property taxes typically go up depending upon, you have depreciation in some areas, increase in some areas. It depends on where you live. Your mortgage might go up, it might go down, it might, Variable, though, is based on, from my understanding, more on, probably property taxes to some degree affect that too, but like the actual mortgage itself, though, would be on market conditions. And that could fluctuate. But been going on for decades. Yeah, it's not a Biden thing. That's just the way fucking mortgages work. You're right. I mean, it's like, again, it's based on area difference, the area like development or undevelopment or whatever the conditions of people moving or buying, selling, moving in, or moving out, or whatever. Like all different things can cause property taxes to go up or down, and it cause your like mortgage to go up or down. Like usually it's not much, but still, like it depends. It depends. Like some, property areas can really increase depending if they have like major development. You can wind up, like stuff that happens when we're talking about even gentrification and stuff like that within inner cities and stuff. I mean, that's all like a part of that. Like it's developing people out purposely that can't afford it. Stuff like that. Like, okay. Whatever.
But wait till you see, the numbers are going to be shocking. And I'll soon announce our next chairman of the Federal Reserve, someone who believes in lower interest rates by a lot. And
something that he can't actually really do.
Mortgage payments will be coming down even further early the new year. And you will see this. In the new year, I will announce some of the most aggressive housing reform plans in American history.
I have made this go a lot longer than it probably had to go, but
border invasion. We have
I have loved the engagement,
this is
though.
The worst thing that, frankly, in my opinion, the worst thing that the Biden administration did to our country is
What
the
is that,
invasion
Trump?
at the border. The
Oh,
last administration and their
yeah,
allies
that
in
was
Congress brought in
horrible.
millions and millions of migrants and gave them taxpayer-funded housing while your rent and housing costs skyrocketed. Over 60% of growth in the rental market came from foreign migrants. At the same time, illegal aliens stole American jobs and flooded emergency rooms, getting free health care and education paid for by you, the American.
Bro, this is such fear mongering over immigration. Like this isn't true. It's just not. They're not taking your jobs. They're not flooding fucking emergency like it's like they try to come up with all these things to just make you so fucking scared of immigrants. Like, dude, immigration is what this country was built on. We're all fucking immigrants. Without immigrants, our economy struggles to grow. That's like been historically data driven for a while now, for decades. The economy growth oftentimes is due to immigration. More people coming into the country, more people coming into the country to power our productivity, especially in industries where Americans don't want to work. Not to mention, and I'm not excusing, like, I don't agree with like companies taking advantage of immigrants and paying them under wage and shit like that either. Like, I don't think that should exist. I think they should get just as much wages as we do. They're working and contributing to the economy, paying taxes and everything, like just like everybody else is. Like, it's such bullshit. Immigrants are not your problem. If you're watching this, immigrants are not your problem. This motherfucker on the screen is your problem. And motherfuckers like him is your problem. The elites and stuff that circle around him, CEOs, the wealthy, fucking foreign governments and stuff that are buying them all off on different, like, this is your problem. Stop looking down and beating down on people. Start looking up and realize that you're the one that's beat down. While you're beating on this person, them up, they are beating the fuck out of you too. We all need to turn around and start beating the fuck up. This is all horse shit, man.
Taxpayer. They also increased the cost of law enforcement by numbers so high that they are not even to be mentioned. For the first time in 50 years, we are now seeing reverse migration as migrants go back home, leaving more housing and more.
You mean they're sent home? They've been threatened, abused. Fucking, the life has ended. A life didn't end. Wow. It ended my life.